Hello guys, today I'm back with the Versus video. The albums I'll be comparing today are Razorblade Suitcase by Bush and Secret Samadhi by Live. Now with these albums, these were the albums that came right after their most successful albums, or arguably their most successful. When it comes to Bush, their most successful was 16 Stone, and then when it comes to Live, it was Throwing Copper. So when it comes to this album right here, this album when it came out, it got comparisons to In Utero, and I can hear it a little bit with this album, especially with the production sometimes. And while I do think this is one of Bush's best, I'll admit there are some skippable songs on here, especially when you move towards the second half, but I still think this album has some pretty good stuff on it. Greedy Fly, maybe one of my favorite Bush songs. I'd maybe say the same thing for Insect Kin. I really like that song. Kind of an overlooked song, I'd say. You know, Swallowed is another great song on here, another highlight on the album. You have the song Straight No Chaser, which is a bit of a more melodic song that is a song that I re-listened to recently, and I think that song is actually pretty solid. One of the better songs on here, I'd say. One of the highlights. But I'll admit, the rest of the album, I don't really return to a whole lot. But I wouldn't really say any of the songs on here are bad. But again, as I mentioned earlier, there are some skippable songs on here, though. Oh, and Personal Holloway is also another decent track on there. But then we got this album, Secret Samadhi by Live. Now, with this album, you can tell this album feels a bit, I don't know, darker. You definitely have more slower moments in the album. Slower, moody, however you want to put it. But I think the singles on this album are really good, honestly. I mean, Lakini's Juice, hands down, easily one of Live's best songs. I absolutely love the main riff, and the chorus is definitely one of those choruses that can maybe stick in your head. Absolutely love that song. And some other highlights on here for me are Freaks, another single on the album. You also have the underrated song, at least in my opinion, Insomnia and The Hole in the Universe. Definitely one of my favorites on here. You also have another bigger song on here, Turn My Head, and that's another highlight on the album. Ghost is a song that I did re-listen to recently, because when I first heard it, I wasn't sure if I was really into it or not, but recently, again, I gave it another listen overall. I think it's a pretty good song. I don't know if it's one of my favorites on the album, but I do like it though. Century and Murica are also pretty solid songs. But kind of like with this album, I do think that Secret Samadhi does have a few skippable songs. Mainly songs like Grays and Unsheathed. And honestly, the album closer, Gashead Goes West, that song has never really done a whole lot for me. Not bad, but never been one of my personal favorites. But yeah, I'd still say this is one of Live's best albums. And the highs on this album are definitely highs. And also the album has some of the band's best work, I'd say. Again, with the song Lakini's Juice. Again, really love that song. But if I had to choose which album I like more, I'm probably, because when it comes to these Versus videos, this is more about which album I like more. I'm not talking about the quality or what the critics say or the overall fan response or anything like that. Again, this is just more about what I think is better. And again, if I had to choose which album is better, I'd probably go with Secret Samadhi by Live. For me, this album has more memorable songs, and for me has, I guess, less skippable songs, you could say. And I think the highs on this album are more impressive than the highs on this album. But again, this is all just my opinion. But again, gonna have to go with Secret Samadhi by Live. But anyways, let me know your thoughts. Let me know which album you like more. Have you heard both albums? If you only heard one of the albums, definitely check out the other album and let me know what album you like more. And let me know some of your least favorite or favorite songs on these albums and all the good stuff. But anyways, thanks for watching. Please leave a comment and a like, subscribe. Have a nice day and take care.